So class name, object name, or class name ob1, ob2 up to object n. See, but what happens here is we have two types of constructor. So one is default constructor, okay, constructor, okay. Another one is parameterized constructor. Okay, we have two types of constructor, right? Parameterized. See, in case of default constructor, we can use this formula, this syntax, because there will be no parameters, right? So you can use like this. For example, if I consider the class name as A, capital letter A, object name as small letter a, this is correct in case of default constructor, because default constructor means parameters will not be there. So you can use this one. So in this example, class name is A, object name is A, capital letter A, class name, small letter A, object name. But in case of parameterized constructor, what happens? Okay, you can follow this formula. In addition to this syntax, we have to add something for that. That is, for this syntax, we have to add something. That is nothing but before putting semicolon, opening parenthesis, closing parenthesis, you should see how many parameters you should send. If you are sending one parameter, you can write one value. If you are sending more than one value, like two values, 5, 10, like this, depending on the constructor, how many parameters the constructor can take, those many values you have to send. In this case, what you have to do, see, this line will change a little bit like this. Capital letter A, small letter A, before you put semicolon, opening parenthesis, first value 5, second value 10, like that, depending on how many values that constructor will take. Okay, the same concept here we are applying in this example. So you just observe here. My class name, then object name. Actually, according to the syntax is class name, object name, semicolon, right? I would have ended here only. Okay. But the thing is, you observe the constructor what we are using in the class. It is not default constructor. It is parameterized constructor. If this is the case, like if there is no parameters, if the constructor is designed like this, then this is correct. This formula, this syntax is correct. Class name, object name. But here they have used two variables, that is I and j. That means it is a parameterized constructor. So if you are using parameterized constructor, if you write like this, it is wrong. So you have to send the values here. Okay. So how many values you have to send depending on these parameters. So how many parameters are there? Two parameters are there. So you have to send two values, and those two values should be of integer. So because first parameter data type is integer, second parameter data type is integer. So here I am sending 3, 5. Okay, you can send any value. So in this example, I have taken 3, 5. So this line is nothing but object creation. Okay. So when object is created, constructor is called automatically, whether it is default constructor or parameterized constructor. Okay. This is how we have to understand. Object is created, constructor is called. In the constructor, I am giving values. So how we are giving the values? This value 3 is copied to I, value 5 is copied to j. Afterwards, I is copied to A, J is copied to B. See, when you write these statements, you have to remember that from right hand side, it will copy to left hand side. Right hand side variable will be copied to left hand side variable. So your right hand side is I, left hand side is A. So I value will be copied to A. It is not reverse. A value will not be copied to I. I value will be copied to A. So in that way, you have to understand. From RHS, it is copied to LHS. Okay, so LHS variable is A, RHS variable is I. So from RHS, it is copied to LHS. Similarly, B is copied to, J is copied to B. So after it is copied, you can display ob.show. Show function is used to display those A and B values. So you just look at this diagram. Okay, see, my class OB of 3, 5. You just look at the arrow mark. 3 is copied to I, 5 is copied to J. So inside the constructor, what happens? I is copied to A, J is copied to B. I said right hand side value will be copied to left hand side value. See, for you people to understand. So I will tell one thing, that is, say whenever we come across equals to operator, so equals to operator is called as assignment operator. Remember, it is called as assignment operator. The functionality of assignment operator is to copy the value to a variable. Okay, copy the value to variable. For example, a is equals to 10. Okay. So in this case, the value 10 is copied to variable a. So only when writing assignment operators, you remember this formula, that is to is equals to from. That means from which variable or the value you are copying, write it on the right hand side. To which variable you are copying, write it on the left hand side. If you do reverse, it will be wrong. That is, instead of writing a is equals to 10, by mistake if you write 10 is equals to a, it is wrong. 10 value 10 will not be copied to a. In addition to that, you will get the error message also. Understood? First of all, it will not copy. 10 is not copied to a. And you may get error message also on the screen. So only you should be very careful whenever we use assignment operator. Right hand side value will be copied to left hand side. And if both, and in some cases what happens, if both contains variables like this, a is equals to b. So here also b value will be copied to a value. It is not reverse. A value will not be copied to b value will be copied to a value. So in the present example, how we have a is equals to I value will be copied to a, b is equals to j value will be copied to b. Okay, so 2 is equals to from. This formula you remember, from which variable you are copying, write it on the right hand side, to which variable you are copying, write it on the left hand side. Okay. So here I is copied to a, b is copied to j. So for object OB, for variable a, the value is 3. For object OB, for variable b, value is 5. Next, those two values were displayed. See, look here, ob.show. So it will call the function show. You just look at this arrow mark. So arrow mark is, I have put arrow mark for the show function. So it will call the function. So when it's called, when the function is called, a and b values are displayed. So I have left one space, so it is displayed 3 space 5. Okay, in this way this program works. So for few seconds you can go through this program along with the diagram. So slowly we go through this program. So we'll wait for 1 minute. Okay, if you come across any doubt you can ask. See, output is very simple. It's not a difficult one. It will just display 2 values 3 and 5. But concept, we have more concept here. How constructor is called, how values are copied, and for object what variables are there, what values are there, that you have to understand. Okay, so after 1 minute I will continue the class. You just go through this. Okay, so in the above program, in the definition of my class, okay, the parameters I and j are used to give initial values to a and b. The statement my class OB of 3, 4 causes an object called OB is created and passes the values 3 and 4 to I and j, parameters of my class. We can also pass arguments using this type of declaration. See, so same thing, explanation is just in difference, but one extra statement is that is nothing but my class OB is equals to my class of 3, 4. So the extra statement ಏನಂತಂದ್ರೆ ನೀವು my class OB of 3, 5 ಬರೆಯೋ ಬದಲು ಈ ತರ ಬರೆಯಬಹುದು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ ಅಷ್ಟೇ. So instead of writing my class OB of 3, 5, we can extend like this. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಈ ತರ my class OB is equals to my class of 3, 4. So ಯಾವಾದ್ರೆ sorry 3, 5. Okay, ಈ ತರ ಕೂಡ ಬರೆಯಬಹುದು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. So both will work in the same way. Both will call the constructor parameters constructor. 3 will be copied to I, 5 will be copied to j, I value will be copied to a, j value will be copied to b. So ಯಾವುದಾದರೂ line variable, either this or this. Okay. Next, constructor with one parameter. So this is somewhat special values, because when I say parameterized constructor, actually it is included. If it is one parameter or if it is more than one parameter, it is called as parameterized constructor only. But here somewhat special is there in case of constructor with one parameter. What it is, you will see. If a constructor has only one parameter, there is another way to pass initial value to the constructor. So the ಏನಂತ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ ನೋಡಿ. So that is, see, if I write the program where only one parameter is there in the constructor, so how I can write is, it is given here. See, class name is a, constructor name is a, and parameter is only one, I. So A is equals to I. In the previous example, I comma j, A equal to I, B equal to j. Here only one parameter. Then get A function. Okay. See, when we have constructor with one parameter, in this way we can write the line. Okay. See, there are three ways of writing. That is, one way is this is first way. Second way is like this we can write OB of 99. This is second way of writing. Okay. See, three ways I will tell you. First way is OB is equals to 99. Then second method is put parenthesis 99 close. Second method. Third method is OB is equals to A of 99. I am using class name. So here this line is called as like class name object name equals to class name of argument. Okay. So there are three methods. Okay. So you can use this method they are telling. OB is equals to 99. Direct assignment here. Okay. So you look at this diagram. So 99 will be copied to I value will be copied to A. So for object OB for variable A, 99 value is there. For object OB for variable A, 99 is there. That is displayed as type. OB dot get A means the function is called, get A function is called, it will return the value. You look at this arrow mark, get A function is called, it will return the value back, the value is displayed. So output is 99. See, output is very simple, but you should know how to write this statements, that's all. Okay. Okay. Explanation. In the above program, the constructor for A takes one parameter, object OB is declared in main function. In this form of initialization, 99 is automatically passed to I parameter in A constructor by the following statement: OB is equals to 99. This statement works same as OB is equals to A of 99 or OB of 99. Andre, you can write in three ways. First method is class name object name is equals to value. Second method is class name object name is equals to class name of 99, that is the value. Third method is class name object name of value. Okay. The line OB is equals to 99 applies only to constructors that have exactly one parameter. See, this line is very, very important. This method is applied only when constructor takes exactly one parameter. If there are two parameters, you cannot write like 99 comma 100. It is wrong. Okay. If there are more than one parameter, you cannot give the values like separating by commas. Okay. In that case, you have to compulsory use this method only, 99 comma 100. Either this method you have to use or this method you have to use. Okay. Two methods you have to use. OB is equals to A of 99 comma 100, where two parameters are there, or OB is OB of 99 comma 100. First method is not applied. This is invalid. So this is wrong. Okay. If there are two parameters, more than one parameters. Understood? Okay. Okay. Next, static data members. Okay. See, static data members, I will take this topic at the end of the chapter because it's not so easy. Okay. So we'll move to the further topics, destructors and object assignment. That means easy topics we will see first. Okay. Okay. See, destructor. See, the name itself tells it is opposite of constructor. Construct means to create. Destructor means to destroy. Okay. So construction and destruction both are opposite words. But there are some similarities and some differences. So in case of constructors and destructors, if we compare, there are some similarities plus there are some differences. Okay. First we will see similarities. What is the similarity between constructor and destructor? And we will go for the difference. Okay. See, a constructor, as the name implies, is used to destroy the objects that have been created by the constructor. Like constructor, the destructor is a member function whose name is same as the class name, but is preceded by tilde symbol. See, similarity is in case of constructor, constructor name and class name should be same. In case of destructor also, destructor name and class name both should be same. Okay, understood. So similarity is that only. In case of constructor, constructor name, class name is same. Destructor also, destructor and class name is same. Both are functions only. Constructor is also a function, destructor is also a function. Difference is while creating the destructor, you have to use this symbol. Okay, so this symbol is called as tilde symbol. It is present on the keyboard. Okay, you should observe that symbol. It looks like a wave. Okay, it is also called as negation. In mathematics, it is called as negation. It is used to indicate opposite. Okay, opposite of something. Okay, in mathematics, I think in probability and combinations chapter we come across negation. Okay, negation means opposite. See here, what is the opposite? For constructor, opposite word is destructor. So only if you don't write this symbol, it becomes constructor. If you write this symbol, it becomes destructor. Sorry. If you write this symbol, it becomes the destructor. So class name and destructor name will be same. Class name and constructor name is same. But while writing destructor, you have to mention this symbol, tilde symbol. Then it is called as destructor. So difference between constructor and destructor is constructor, by using constructor, we are creating the object. By using destructor, we are destroying the object. Destroying the object means memory, whatever the memory allocated for object, that will be released. That is the meaning. Whatever the memory allocated for object, that will be released. Okay, so that that memory can be used by another user or another program. By using constructor, memory is created. By using destructor, memory is released. We should not say memory is destroyed or destructed. Memory is released. Okay. Again, there are some properties here. A destructor never takes any argument, nor does it return any value. It will be invoked implicitly by the compiler upon exit from the program to clean up the storage. So if destructor is declared in the program, it releases memory space upon exit from the program for future use. See, in case of constructor, we have two things: default constructor and parameterized constructor. But in case of in case of constructor, we have two things: default constructor and parameterized constructor. In case of destructor, only one: destructor with no parameters. You see, the first line only tells destructor never takes any argument. That means there are no types of destructors. In constructors, types of constructors are there: default constructor, parameterized constructor. In destructor, only one type, that is, which will not take any argument. It is called as default destructor. So generally, we will not call default destructor because there is no parameterized destructor, right? So we will call only destructor. Okay, and when it is worked, see, constructor will work when object is created. Destructor will work by the compiler automatically. We don't need to there is no line which makes destructor to work. Okay, there is no line in a program which makes destructor to work. Then how it will work? By the compiler automatically. When program is stopped, when program stops working, or when the class stops working, destructor function will be called. So it is implicitly. The meaning of implicit word: implicitly means automatically. Explicitly means manually. Implicit meaning automatic. Explicit meaning manual. For constructor, we have to write manually. So manually means this statement should be present. See, this type of statement. See, AOB. I have written, right? AOB is equals to 99. These type of statements we should write for constructor to work. But whereas for destructor, no need of writing these lines. They will work automatically. When program is executed, when it comes to the end of the program, when program is terminated, destructor will be working. Okay. Okay. So next topic is constructors and destructors. That means if we write both in one program, how it works. If we write constructor and destructor both in one program, how it works. So this we will see tomorrow. Okay. Because here we have one program, so it will take time. Okay. This topic we will see tomorrow, how it works and all. So after that, two topics are the object assignment and returning objects, friend functions, that will complete the classes and objects. So I think tomorrow we can complete this chapter if possible. Okay, otherwise day after tomorrow. Okay, so if you have any doubts, you can ask.